Harrogate. Just saying the name makes you think of grandeur, doesn't it? Manicured gardens, Victorian buildings, and sipping pricey tea at Betty's while a string quartet plays in the background. It's easily one of the poshest towns in the north of England, a place where luxury hotels and boutique B&Bs are the norm. It has a reputation for quality and a price tag to match, which begs the really important question for the rest of us. Can you actually get a good deal in a town like Harrogate? Is it possible to find somewhere to stay that's clean, comfortable and central without having to remortgage your house? Well, that's what we're here to find out. I'm putting one of the UK's most famous budget brands to the test. I'm staying at the Travelodge Harrogate in the town centre, and I'm here to give it a brutally honest, no-filter look. I'm going to show you the room, the service, the location, everything. We're going to find out if this is a genuine hidden gem, a secret and affordable way to unlock Harrogate, or if it's just, well, a cheap hotel. So the problem is simple. Harrogate is fancy and expensive. Budget hotels can be a massive gamble. Could the solution be here? Right behind me? We're about to find out if this is the real find for a savvy traveller, or if we're going to leave disappointed. The quest begins now. My first impression, it's modern and very central. The building is a recent addition to the street, all brick and glass, pretty much what you'd expect from a new build chain hotel. Let's take a look inside. Okay, I've checked into the room. Let's take a look around and see what the room's like. Now, the first thing you notice when you come into the room, there is a small wardrobe area. It's an open wardrobe in the sense that there is no door, and it comes with these hotel-style hangers. We've just got 4 hangers there. Up the top, we've got a fan. This shelf, we've got another towel and another 2 empty shelves underneath. So that's really handy if you're staying more than a few days. You can unpack your bags, put them in these storage shelves, put your clothes up on the hangers and make yourself feel at home so you're not feeling like you're living out of a suitcase. Now here we've got a luggage shelf to put your bags and a really nice big long desk. This desk is really spacious, although you don't have full use of the full desk space because you've got your tea and coffee making facilities taking up this much space, and the TV is on the desk as well as taking up some space. But even with that, you still have quite a large work area, which is excellent. A lot of budget hotels skimp on the desk space, making them impractical to work from, whereas here it's a really good work environment. And there's a nice little chair to sit at while you're working as well. We have tea and coffee making facilities. That comes with a couple of Twinings everyday tea, as well as some instant coffee, a couple of sachets of sugar, and a few little tubs of milk as well. There's 2 mugs with teaspoons and a small kettle, which is making a very disturbing rattling noise, although when you open it up you can't see where that rattling is coming from. But it does look pretty clean inside, even though it's not the best kettle. And another thing you'll notice with the work desk, we've got a little bottle opener stuck to the side of the work desk as well, so you can open up a cold beer while you're getting some work done. But you can't keep it cold because there's no fridge in the room. And the one thing that you notice as soon as you walk into the room is how spacious it is. It's a really spacious room. It's a much larger room than you'd expect from a budget hotel. It has a nice big king-size bed with a little bedside table on either side of the bed, as well as some bedside reading lamps, one on either side. There's switches on either side of the bed to control each side's reading lamps. But one thing it is missing is there's no USB charging ports, or not even just regular power points next to the bed. So you can't have your devices next to you while they're charging. If you want to charge your devices, you'll need to plug them into the power points next to the work desk. In the corner of the room, There's this little red tub chair. Now it's a very comfortable chair. It doesn't feel like it's the best quality. It's just a cheap vinyl, or what's called vegan leather nowadays. It's not the best chair, but it is comfortable. Let's take a look at the view out our window. It's quite a nice view. I mean, it's not a huge sweeping vista or anything like that, but it is a pleasant view looking over some of the historic buildings in Harrogate. All right, let's take a look in the bathroom now. Okay, so while the bathroom is relatively spacious, or spacious for a budget hotel, it's hardly luxury. It just feels a little bit basic. To start off with, we've got a sink here. Now we've got a little dispenser of hand wash, and there's also another thing of hand wash as well. It's probably because this dispenser's not working, so they've given us this little antibacterial hand wash. And behind me we have a shower, but it's one of those ones where it's a bathtub that you have to step into to take a shower. So you can have a bath, and you could have a shower by stepping into the bathtub and then pulling across the shower curtain, which means you've got this shower, you're going to be all wet, and that shower curtain is going to stick to your body, and then you'll have to clean yourself again. So it's not the best experience. And there's a little shower head up here, but it's nothing fancy. It's just a very basic one. It's not a big rainfall one, or it's not even one of those ones on a hose. Just a very basic shower head. And of course you have a toilet here as well. Let's see what the beds are like. Now, this feels like a comfortable bed, just sitting on it. Travelodge use the same mattress for all their hotels. They have a mattress that is made specifically for them. And I've always had a good night's sleep on them as well. And I think most people do sleep well on their mattresses. But let's try it out. So have a good lie down. Now that feels really good. It feels very comfortable, and I would expect that the average person would find this a very comfortable mattress to sleep on. Yeah, I will definitely sleep well on it, and I expect most other people will too. With most hotels, you get unlimited free internet access, but at Travelodge, you get your first 30 minutes for free, and after that you have to pay. But let's see how fast it is. Okay, so that's not particularly fast. The download speed is usable, but the upload speed is very slow, which could be an issue if you're trying to have a video call like over FaceTime or Teams. This Travelodge doesn't have its own cafe bar, which means that you can't get a hot breakfast. However, you can buy a boxed breakfast for £5.95, which includes cornflakes, milk, a flapjack, pain au chocolat, and a bottle of water. But a better idea is to pop next door to the local Wetherspoons pub for a cooked breakfast. For just £4.70, I got a cooked breakfast with 2 fried eggs, bacon, mushrooms, beans, and a fried tomato, along with 4 cups of espresso.
If this hotel was a biscuit, what biscuit would it be?
If this hotel were a biscuit, it would be a ginger nut. Much like a Travelodge, a ginger nut is solid and reliable, and built to last. You know exactly what you're getting. Although it's from a familiar mass-produced range, the ginger flavour gives it a little more personality than a plain digestive. Just as Harrogate's charm adds something extra to this otherwise standard Travelodge. The hotel may have Travelodge's older room style, but being relatively new means it still feels clean and well kept. Similarly, a ginger nut has been around for decades, but still tastes crisp and fresh when you open the pack. Does not contain nuts. Just a few steps from the Travelodge Harrogate, and you're right in the heart of one of Yorkshire's most elegant spa towns. And within 10 minutes on foot, you'll find art, history, gardens and tea. Let's take a look around the neighbourhood. Just a 2-minute walk from the hotel, down Parliament Street, you'll spot a true Harrogate institution. Betty's Tea Room. Opened in 1919 by Swiss baker Frederic Belmont, this place is as famous for its fat rascals at elegant afternoon teas as it is for its queues. Apparently the queues are longer between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m, so it's best to avoid those times when you visit. A 3-minute walk in the other direction and you'll spot the domed tower of the Royal Pump Room Museum. This is where Victorian high society came to sniff and sip Harrogate's famous sulphur water, known for its distinctive eggy aroma. It was billed as the strongest sulphur well in Europe, and the museum's exhibits highlight the spa's popularity and how it led to Harrogate's growth during Victorian times. Nearby you'll find the Mercer Art Gallery, a free museum housed in what was once the town's promenade rooms for the well-to-do. Inside you'll find art from the 19th and 20th centuries, which is complemented by a program of temporary exhibitions.
Next we're heading to Valley Gardens, just a 2-minute stroll from the gallery. These gardens are built over more than 30 mineral springs. At one point, Harrogate was known as the English Spa, and people believed that drinking or bathing in these waters could cure everything from indigestion to gout. Don't miss the Sun Pavilion, a glamorous 1930s bandstand and cafe that still hosts events today. From here, loop back through the Montpellier Quarter, where you'll find antique shops, art galleries and independent bars.
So whether you're here for the spa town history, the gardens, the art, or just a cream tea with a view, there's plenty packed into this little corner of Harrogate, and it's all within a 10-minute walk from your hotel. Can you really get a quality stay in posh Harrogate without the posh price tag? I paid £54 to stay here on a Tuesday night. Prices fluctuate, of course, and it can cost around £115 to stay here on a Saturday night, and potentially even higher during the peak season. But for my stay, £54 is great value. After a thorough, brutally honest look, it's time for the verdict. Let's break it down. The pros. First, the location is phenomenal. You're literally in the centre of Harrogate, able to walk everywhere. Second, they've nailed the essentials. The king-size bed is comfortable, the entire hotel is spotless, and the shower does what it's supposed to do, even though you do have to step into a bathtub to take your shower. And finally, the value for money is undeniable for where you are. Now for the cons. This is not a luxury hotel. While it's a relatively new hotel, it hasn't yet been upgraded to Travelodge's new room design. And you have to pay for parking, and you have to go to reception to ask for a hairdryer, and you have to pay for Wi-Fi after the first 30 minutes. So, what's the final answer? Is it a hidden gem? Yes, but it's a gem for the smart traveller. It's the hotel for you if you're looking for an affordable place to sleep because you'll be spending your time and money exploring Harrogate rather than spending your time at the hotel. But if you want a hotel to be the destination itself, with fancy lounges and a spa, then the Travelodge isn't for you. This Travelodge solves the problem I started with. It proves that you can stay in the heart of Harrogate affordably without giving up the things that really matter: cleanliness and a great night's sleep. It's not just a cheap hotel, it's a smart one, and for that it gets a massive recommendation from me. Is it Travelodge or Travelodge?